Meme Wars, we're back. We're memeing. Rico's walking his dog, telling me about how his phone doesn't work.
You know what this is like? Did you ever walk on those treadmills that have like the virtual reality shit? Like you can pick, I want to run through Australia and have trails and shit. This is Rocky River, and you can watch my dog. Well, he constantly almost walks into the street with cars coming. He's so dumb. I don't know how he's still alive.
I'm trying to make
dumbass.
I'm trying to make you. There we go. I made you the full screen. People are getting the real Cleveland experience right here.
Yes.
I'm surprised there's not more turds just sitting in the snow and,
Well, it's
Jake Paul. Where's Jake Paul? Jake Paul, he lives right around the corner. Where's Jake Paul?
I'm going to their high school in a couple hours. We had a basketball game there. Logan Paul is nice. He's on the Wall of Fame there because I think he was a state champion amateur wrestler.
I can see that. He looks like a guy that would be a wrestler.
Yeah.
Not a boxer. He looks like a wrestler. He looks like a pro wrestler, like The Miz.
He is a pro wrestler.
Paul?
No, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's a pro wrestler? I didn't know. I'm not up to my wrestling.
He's amazing. He's like the best wrestler in the company now.
Really?
Yes. And he's great heel, fantastic promos, ring work. He's the whole package. He's like a born. Yeah, he's born.
He's the wrestling Justin Bieber. YouTube born him into this world, and now he's excelling. Well, that's amazing. It's just me and Rico today, guys. Rico and Rico's dog. What's his name again? Dickface or something?
Teddy Dickface.
Teddy Dickface. Teddy Dickface, the stinky dog. Odie is out in the woods. I don't know. Being a mustached guy, I don't even know if he's in the woods. I just presume he's like, I can't make it today. I'm like, all right, well, there's one of two things going on then. You're either hunting in the woods or you're behind a rest stop because that mustache needs to get work. He's like somewhere off the Pennsylvania Turnpike, just going to town on a guy. That's how you keep it growing.
Yeah, he has a chart, which each, like a map of 76, I believe it is, run through PA. And, he just pins it every time. He's like, all right, I got that rest stop.
It's like when people have they have all the states and magnets and they put them on their car. He's got that, but for rest stops. Yeah, it's rest stops that Odie's hit and been in the back of. So Odie's not here today with us, but that's all right because we got memes. Well, I have memes. Rico's not sharing shit. No. Rico's phone can't even turn around and do a selfie anymore. What is your phone? What version iPhone? iPhone 6?
Probably 12. I don't know. 10, 11.
Rico likes his iPhones like his women. 10 to 12.
At Asian.
At Asian. And at least one suicided Asian needs to be related to them.
Yes. Cuts to the core of me, unfortunately.
What can you do? Well, it looks wonderful there. I was just in the snow. Came back, snowed a lot in the Pocono Mountains last week. Had a wonderful time drinking, quaking, playing Quake 2 for my nerds out there. Yeah, awesome. Good times, cool new times.
How was the strip club?
I wasn't going to bring that up, but it was amazing as always. The Poconos has a strip club called the Grandview, and it's fantastic. It's BYOB. I'm not going to tell you the girls are the best looking girls in the world, but I'll tell you, it's fun as shit. It was awesome. There's a girl that came out to Metallica or AC/DC, and they turned all the lights in the club up. And granted, this chick's been there for 20 years. I heard her say this herself. 20 years. But she's kept herself tight, and they turn all the lights in the club out. They blast the smoke machine, and then the strobe starts coming on in time with the song, and you're like, am I at a concert or a strip show? And then you find out, you are at a strip show because she takes her clothes off.
What could be better than that, honestly? You just got to take one of those, little kegs, and you put it in the little foyer,
the little
right
back
there.
room. Yeah,
perfect.
It's amazing. That's the best place. It's honestly, there's 8 wonders of the world. The Grandview and the Poconos is the 9th wonder of the world.
That's one of the most annoying part of the strip club experience. Not that it's, we've ever had this happen, but when you go in the back room and they say, okay, you got to buy a couple drinks for the women. And then they get something and it's $35 fucking for one. And you're like, no, she needs a drink. You give her a plastic Solo cup and you're like, all right, I'll fill it right up. Be right back.
Yeah. Exactly. Grandview, you bring BYOB. There's none of that buying any crap. No, you don't have to buy anything. You just bring a case of beer and you sit it there and then you go and have your wonderful time. Anyway, this isn't called Stripper Wars, though we should have that show. This is Bee Wars.
You said you were looking for a replacement for DG.
Oh, yeah, I did. Degenerate Gamblers. Our patreon.com/Lions of Liberty show where we talk about football gambling. We'll still talk about gambling, by the way, on our shows, but we're going to replace it with something fun. Maybe it'll be stripper ratings. But yeah, we're here. I want to talk about not just the sex that I didn't have in the Poconos at a strip club. I want to talk about the sex that is rumored to have happened between one Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston.
Now, so do you believe it, first of all?
Not really. I halfway believe it because I could see, number one, I could see Barack Obama getting tired of sucking Michelle Obama's dick.
Yeah.
And wanting to get out there and test the waters. And Jennifer Aniston has kept herself together. She's gotten older. She's gotten a little bit more manly, right? Because she's like less a soft and more like a muscle chick. Because you get older as a woman, you work out harder, and you're kind of ripped. So Barack was probably like, yeah. And and also Barack Obama, straight or gay, he's probably like, that Brad Pitt, handsome man. Now he's got a straight degree to Brad Pitt. If he's having sex with Jennifer Aniston, he can be like, this pussy took a lot of Brad Pitt dick, and now I'm in it. And so I'm basically fucking Brad Pitt.
Okay. Yeah, because that was my number one response, or my first response was like, I thought he was gay. So, that's why maybe really
Jennifer Aniston's been a man this whole time. We don't know.
Oh, that would be very surprising.
Rico's going deep in the woods now. I love this idea. I love being on a live stream show and just going as far from fucking any civilization as possible. Rico, go farther from the towers.
It's a little park, like 2 blocks from the house. It's not that big.
It doesn't look little. It looks like you're in the frozen tundra. It looks like you're in Narnia, and the witch queen is going to give you some Turkish delight, which is terrible. It's terrible. Turkish delight's awful, by the way.
I thought Turkish delight was opium.
That is a Turkish delight. No, it's like a weird jelly covered in powdered sugar. It fucking sucks. It's terrible.
So they weren't giving the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe kids opium?
They save that for the Afghani fighters that we fund. All the ISIS children that are fighting, that's where it is. All right, so this Jennifer Aniston thing, though, supposedly In Touch Weekly in 2024 in August said the truth about Jen and Barack, that they're obsessed with each other. But now the rumor's coming back because Michelle and Barack apparently have had some divorce rumors after Michelle didn't go to Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Yeah, or the inauguration.
Yeah, I mean, Obama and Trump were very chummy at the Carter affair. I'll say that. It was entertaining to watch.
It was funny watching Kamala's face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the gas face.
Fucking assholes talking president stuff.
Probably talking about her directly, just make it like they were laughing. I mean, what better to joke about than Kamala Harris, who I'm sure they both hate.
Well, one of the lip readers said, or who knows if it's true, like Obama whispered over to one of the Bushes, probably H or W. He's like, any way to stop this at Trump's inauguration? Did you see that? But
that's hilarious.
I bet he did say that, but I bet he was also
I bet
joking,
he did. Look,
kind
that's
of.
a funny joke. I would say the same
meant
thing.
It, but he was also joking.
I'm sure. Yeah, a little bit of both. That's a funny joke. Anyway, to stop this, hilarious.
Yeah.
It would be great if Obama just hired a bunch of like strippers to come in and just like terrify him, like the strippers from the Grandview and the Poconos. Give them free boost again. Come in there and just strip it down. We're going streaking. Will Ferrell's disgusting body streaking across stage at the inauguration. I was just watching Old School over the weekend. Will Ferrell's body, even when it was like younger and in shape, is hard to describe how gross his body.
It's just like a lump of goo atop a lump of goo.
Yeah, and like the ginger, the tight curled ginger hairs all over his body. It's like everything looks like a pube, and his stomach he's not even that fat. It's just that it folds over the way it looks like he's got a mouth. Like there's a mouth in his belly. that's not like the belly button like in Seinfeld. Hello, not that belly, not good belly. He's just grotesque.
Definitely never worked out.
So anyway, moving on.
Oh, okay.
Not an athlete. Moving on. Well, actually, not moving on. Going back to Jennifer Aniston and Barack Obama. I don't know, man. If Michelle and Barack are going to get divorced, maybe they're getting divorced because Michelle Obama wanted to run for president. Barack's like, not in this house. There's only one president in this house. President Big Dick Menthol. But I could see it being true. I could see it being true.
Well, I mean, they haven't attempted to explain why. And if she was like sick or something, they would say, well, she's under the weather. But it's two different things, spaced decently far apart, that are very presidential and spouse oriented. Mm-hmm. So if you're not even trying to explain it, I would imagine they are probably going to get a divorce, which if you were going to bet on all the people to get divorced, I think you would bet on Trump and Melania way before Barack and Michelle. But
no way. That's true love, man. I've seen it in her eyes.
She looks ready to murder people at the inauguration.
I know. She had that like gangster hat on.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was. She looked like like one of the bad guys in that Michael Jackson game, Smooth Criminal or whatever it was. I think it was called Smooth Criminal.
She's running Narcos now.
Yeah. She looked awesome.
Yeah.
She's still holding it together. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the divorce. I can't wait for Jennifer Aniston to marry. Well, she wouldn't marry Barack Obama, but I think it's fact. I'm stamping it a fact. It's a Me Moore's fact. Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston are allegedly together. I believe it.
All right. I'll go with it. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. Would you look at Friends differently? When you're like, wow, she's. When you watch old
I think I'd have to watch Friends differently. I'd be like, Jennifer Aniston, banged a black guy at some point in the show. I can't look at this show the same way.
It would be weird to see
did any of them date? Oh, actually, Ross dated that really hot black chick from Balls of Fury, great movie. She's super tall in one, but that's the only black guy I can remember anybody dating on the whole show. Or
black chick. Show. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was probably towards the end of the run where they're like, you know what, this is all white people on the show.
We got to mix it in. Yeah, got to mix it.
Very weird that we live in the middle of New York City and the only people ever encountered are white.
Yeah, not even a Puerto Rican. Very odd. Especially Monica. Monica works in kitchens, apparently with all white people. That's not a thing in America. I hate to break it to you, as somebody that worked in kitchens, it's not a thing.
Maybe it will be now with all these deportations.
You're going to see a lot more Wendy's, white Wendy's workers.
Yeah. A lot more dirty dishes.
Yeah. We should go back. Actually, we haven't watched the first episode of Friends on the first episode podcast. We should do that.
Oh, there we go.
Everybody watching and listening to this, go listen or watch the first episode podcast. It's great. It's our comedy TV review podcast. We just did the Norm show, the Norm Macdonald show. It was amazing. All right. I do have a meme to share for the Aniston-Obama tryst, and it's from, but I've got to say, it's one of my favorite people on social media now, one Antonio Brown.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing. This is what Antonio posted. It's a guy drinking water from a giant rock cock sticking out of a mountain. Yeah, and it says Barack saying sorry to Michelle after the affair with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, Antonio, you make me laugh every day.
Ah, damn. It's just so funny. He's just, God bless him. I don't know if he has money or not. This is clearly all going towards getting his own reality show, which I would watch every episode of.
He did an award show on Twitter, and it got a lot
his own award show.
Yes. He's not the best speaker I've ever heard, but he's definitely funny on the Twitter.
He had the Dundies. He did his own version of the Dundee Awards.
Cracker of the day.
Yeah, it's so great. A couple of quick things before I get into talking about the Trump stuff. Two quick stories. One, super annoying. Just trying to move some furniture on my house. I have apparently smaller than average doors. I had movers move shit in when I get back to the house after the renovations. I'm trying to move shit out of the rooms. Every room can't get any chairs in and out. They're all too big. How the fuck did these wizards get these chairs into the rooms? Because they're trapped now. The chairs just lives in there, never coming out. And two, I had the weirdest fucking dream. Last night, or no, 2 nights ago, I had a dream about my old buddy from high school named Matt Sandel, who probably doesn't appreciate me mentioning his name on this, but fuck him. He's a doctor now, and he was in Philadelphia as a doctor, like very high level, very smart guy doctor, which is probably why he didn't respond to me telling me about this dream. But I had a dream I was at a bar watching the Eagles, and I see him, the Philadelphia Eagles, go Birds, and I run across the room, and I tackle him. And I'm like, hey, great to see you. But as I tackle him, I land on the couch, and I see who's with him. And it's a tiny, weird little skinny man in a baby seat that looks exactly like Ted Cruz. And I'm like, who's that guy? And he goes, oh, that's Tiny Ted Cruz. And then I woke up. That was a dream.
Tiny Ted Cruz.
That's Tiny Ted Cruz. I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on in my brain that it incarnates Tiny Ted Cruz? It's so weird.
There's
and he's like so
on
emaciated and in a baby seat, in a little baby seat. That's so weird.
I could see Ted Cruz looking exactly like he does now as a baby. Like he had the part in the hair with the gel, just like, but he's 1.5.
He just pops out.
Yeah.
The Ted Cruz hook nose. All right, I got another one to share here. This is I think this is the one I'm sharing. Hold on, am I fucking this up? Yes, I am fucking this up. It snowed. You know, I'm not a huge believer in climate change. It's fucking ridiculous. But I had to laugh because we had snow in Florida, in like Pensacola or something, right?
Yeah, there's a lot on the beach.
Yeah, well, here's the Pensacola Public Works Department getting ready for the big storm, the snowstorm. This video is incredible. Hold on, let me hit the volume. I'll describe it for those of you just listening. No, actually, we don't need the music. We're just going to get sued for that. It's basically a truck. I don't know if you can see this, Rico.
Yeah.
It's a truck driving down the street. It's a pickup truck with two dickheads on the back of it in public works gear. And they're just literally holding like salt shakers and just shaking them on the streets of Florida because they have no salt. They don't have any salt trucks. These dudes are just sitting there hanging out, chatting, and doing the worst job throwing salt I've ever seen.
It's not how it's done.
Did I lose you,
boys.
Rico? Are you dead?
No. You can't hear me?
Oops. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. I did something fucked up. I hit a button. Now I've lost my screen completely. There we go. I mean, what the fuck?
Idiot.
It's just like so hilarious until just plopping down random clumps of salt. So, anyway, let's move on to Trump and what's going on there. I just did a show about some of the executive orders, but it's, I mean, fucking fascinating. And also hilarious that he did some interview and just called Adam Schiff. He's like, I've learned a lot, being in office, and I've learned who, people in politics are terrible, like that piece of human trash, Adam Schiff, complete scumbag.
Well, his inauguration address was just a roast of Biden and Harris.
It was.
While they were sitting there. It was great.
I mean, amazing. Amazing. I don't care if people politically like or hate Donald Trump's policies, but empirically, God damn, it's great to have him back.
Yeah, there's a president.
The entertainment value.
He's signing executive orders. He's talking. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah,
that's a big one. Oh, that's another big. Oh, give that one to RFK Jr.
I know. How crazy is that? Yeah, to open up the JFK files. I wanted to talk about that. And we should probably do a special Secrets, Lies, and Cover-Ups, which is like one of our Patreon shows. We'll bring Mark Claire on because he was whining. He's like, I got out of the conspiracy game right before JFK files. We'll do a special show on him. But does Trump opening up the files, and it was cool that he had RFK, he's like, hold the pen with me. Does that mean that there's nothing in there?
No. I think it means, well, there's definitely shit implicating the CIA, almost certainly, right?
Yeah.
I still doubt that they're going to release every file they have. But I think they're going to, even though they say they are, there's always shit.
Redacted shit just everywhere.
Not even just redacted, just like, oh, that page was just taken out of the file and put in some other file. And no one knows where it is, and no one will ever know about it. There's definitely that shit of that, like that. Like, I mean, I've believe that, the older George Bush was involved in some way because he was, making a phone call in Dallas somehow.
But well, it's like that's in that octopus the octopus murders. We did a show about that. And older Bush, George H.W. was 100% like involved in that whole thing. So
whatever has his name is, those pages have long since been ripped up and thrown away. So I don't think we're going to see everything, but I think we're going to know a lot more. And they're certainly going to throw some older CIA people under the bus, I guess, that are dead or gone. Yeah,
probably. That is a good point. And somebody like, oh, we're going to open the files up. They're like, yeah, why? Why would you keep the files? If you killed the president, why are you keeping the files anyway? It's like keeping like if you have a mistress and you're like, oh, let's keep these pictures and texts that she sent me on my phone. You never know when you're going to want to look through them again. Like, why? Get rid of them.
That shit is gone.
So
you're never going to know 100% of the truth. I bet there's more questions than answers, or just obfuscate. I can't even talk. My mouth is too cold.
Too frozen.
Obfuscation.
Obfuscation. Nice.
Yes. It's very chilly. Very chilly.
I can see that from the snow. Your dog doesn't seem to care. Teddy feels no pain. Teddy's too dumb to feel pain.
That's true. I'm jealous of him.
It's like the giant retarded guy in Mad Max Thunderdome. But eventually he felt pain, and I felt bad for him. Felt bad when he found out he was retarded.
He deserved it.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
It's the midget's fault. Really, talk about goddamn. God bless Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome for putting two things in movies you can never put in movies. Maybe it's coming back, but imagine that you're like today you're pitching. You're like, okay, here's the scene. We got this midget that runs Bartertown. And he runs these pigs that shit everywhere. So he rides around a giant retard, and they're like, greenlit. Make it.
Well, I don't know if you have any of these memes, but there's been tons of them where Trump signs executive order authorizing use of gay and retard again.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
did see that. Some of those executive orders are pretty incredible. He signed. I mean, like banning CBDCs is awesome. I keep opening up this. I keep thinking I click the link and I don't. Banning CBDCs, amazing. Like, the two gender stuff's going to piss people off, but I'm sorry, there are only factually two genders, and I think it's important to get back to that.
I've seen some interviews with that, like that total douchebag Harry something, who's a big left activist. He's like a young kid.
Oh God, Harry Sisson or Sis, whatever. Yeah.
He's very punchable face. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was arguing about it, and like, okay, what other genders are there then? And he just like won't answer the question. What are you mad about? Honestly, just fucking
like you can be attracted to whatever you want to be attracted to. But you're still the same gender. You can pretend, you can have surgery and change your whatever, but you're still the same gender. Like there's just no way around it. It's absurd. So anyway, it's been fascinating to see all these executive orders and how fast they've come out, and like suspending foreign aid, make it permanent.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, well, it's like the DEI stuff and federal agencies, although apparently there's already agencies getting around it, which is easy to do with bureaucracy. You relabel it as some other bullshit.
You know what?
You gotta can these people, get them out of their asses.
Yeah, and they're bragging about it, and they're like, okay, well, he'll just close the department.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Adios. Get him out of here. Like I don't know. It's pretty fascinating. So it's a good time.
The one I'm most interested in, was the. Obviously the January 6th one was interesting.
Yeah.
And they're losing their mind about it.
All for it, by the way. People have been in jail for 4 years. Time served.
4 years. Like, how long should they be in jail for trespassing?
Yeah.
Fucking, the people who burned down cities didn't get anything. They got bailed out by the DNC.
Right.
And you're upset. And then there's people lying. Oh, these people assaulted this particular cop and he died. It's like, no, this has been so clearly established over and over again. The guy didn't die on January 6th. He died of a stroke or something the next day, completely unrelated, just lying about it.
Yeah. Some people are like, oh, they committed suicide. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's from that day or not. It honestly, and hey, look, I'm not trying to make these people or their families feel terrible. But if you're a cop and a thing happens one day, and your job as as one of these people in Guardian is probably to do nothing every day of your life for the most part, and this thing happens that you're supposed to be prepared for, but you kill yourself after it happens because you're so, traumatized by it. Well, you probably weren't meant for that job. You probably shouldn't have been doing that job in the first place. And you weren't equipped for it. And,
if you said what happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
No,
they walked through.
They didn't attack any congressman.
You think that there was like a spear, like an American flag used as a spear, like in What We Do in the Shadows to impale somebody. None of that happened.
Yeah. And then the other one was the birthright citizenship one, which I found interesting. And you hear people say, well, you can't amend the Constitution by executive order, which is true, but it's also intriguing that Biden seemingly passed a constitutional amendment by himself.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
The talk of that lasted like 2 hours, and it's just been gone.
Yeah, well, it's like I was trying to figure out what the point of that was. Like, you can't do it. And he's like, well, I signed it. You're like, oh, yeah, but
it's not
for what? Like, in case they want to use it later, you're not going to be president if they did, so it doesn't matter. It's just like it's ridiculous.
It was pretty amusing that he said, and it's already like disappeared from the discourse.
Yep.
But the people who act like birthright citizenship is, black letter law in the Constitution. No, that's an interpretation of the 14th Amendment. It's hardly absolutely clear that that's what it meant. From my understanding, the 14th Amendment was granting former slaves citizenship. So I don't believe it had anything to do with the concept of anchor babies and all that. So it'll definitely go to the Supreme Court at some point.
Yeah, I
don't know what they'll rule.
I was looking through it too, and I was like, I there's not that strong of an argument for it when you actually get into it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, then you'd have foreign nationals and diplomats have their kids would automatically be United States citizens if they were born here. So, the whole clutching of pearls, where this is clearly unconstitutional. No, it's not. It's clearly unconstitutional under your interpretation, but that's not the only possible interpretation. So I'll be interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, me too, man. It's really fascinating. It's also going to be fascinating to see how long it takes Jill Biden to suffocate Joe Biden. Because what use is he to her now?
Yeah, well, did she get a pardon?
Yeah, I think she did.
Jill Biden got a pardon?
Hold on, let me see who he pardoned. He pardoned all his brothers, which is, obviously, this fucking, like, the most corrupt crime family in politics, other than the Clintons. But he's got more. The Clintons don't have as many people to throw it around to. Biden's got so many relatives, so many brothers and uncles that he could give it to.
The Clintons tore or cleaned up loose ends. That's what they were very good at. They didn't have to pardon anyone.
Hunter's just leaving. He's just making loose ends. He's making loose ends with strippers.
Hunter deserved a pardon for being hilarious.
Yeah.
Come on. He earned it.
All right, let's see here. So it covers. Oh God, these stupid ads keep popping up. Liz Cheney, no. I don't know. I can't find it. I am 90% sure he did pardon Jill Biden, though.
I know he pardoned his brothers.
His siblings, James, Frank, and Valerie, as well as their spouses, John and Sarah Biden. Maybe he didn't do Jill. Get her.
It's kind of interesting that why didn't he just blanket pardon the entire country? Because why are some people okay to go, or for Trump to go after? The logic doesn't hold up at all. I'm not even sure that a blanket presidential pardon has any meaning. That's something that could be.
I don't know how you could do a preemptive pardon. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and I don't know if there's any will to actually charge people and then challenge whether or not they have a pardon. Like, because I think the traditional concept of a pardon is you have been convicted of a crime, a specific crime, and you're getting pardoned for that specific crime.
Like Ross Ulbricht. What?
Yeah, I was happy to see that. I was kind of refreshing Twitter every so often and saying, is he actually getting pardoned?
Yep, I was too. Trust me. In my role, I was like, oh my God. I was like, you better do it today. Let's go. Get it done, man.
I believe he is a Penn State Nittany Lion.
What?
I think so. Or he at least lived in State College or something. Or he had some connection to Penn State. I'm almost positive. Right. So, you know what? On the next, we've been looking to replace Odie on Meme Wars, another Penn Stater.
Yeah, so. Donald Trump pardons Penn Stater. Wow, I love it. I've never been prouder of my university. Well, you and he have a lot in common then. You both went to Penn State. You both have spent time in jail.
I've not been pardoned, though. He's got one up on me. Come on.
I love it.
Give you a pardon.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up with one last meme here, which is, let me share this. The goat is back, as it says in this, but it's pretty funny. It's just a kid. Hold on, let me make it big, as loud as I can go. Hopefully, it comes through.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
So to describe it for you, listening. It's got
It's just
the little kid. It's a little blonde cherubic kid. He's like, "There's a fucking goat outside," and his mom goes, "No, it's just a regular goat." He goes, "No, it's a fucking goat." And then it's Donald Trump outside doing his little Trump dance. Fucking hilarious. One more time. Amazing. All right, that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please do subscribe to the channel. Follow us. Listen to the podcast, please. If you want to throw us some money to hear the bonus content, like I said, we're going to be doing some secret slides and cover-ups. Probably JFK, definitely on Fidel Castro, and also other shows, my morning rants, etc. Go to patreon.com/Lions of Liberty or lionsofliberty.locals.com and give us a 5-star review on the old apples and stuff. That's always nice. All right, Rico, any final words?
I know what you want to do. You want to cut me off, and I'm waiting for it. But I'm just going to finish my walk and be happy. And you can join me.